Well, hello everyone. We have right here talk about for the graduate 2017, and this right here actually talks about some examples of my work right here, which I know I was not able to use everything, but in a few of you say illustrations as well as Photoshop work that looking back from before and then kind of looking back towards now and then for the next year. But you see right here is this painting right here of you say for grade book update right here. And then this next picture right here, and the next, like say, illustration right here, some of my Photoshop work right here is talks about for 2017 for digital design. So if anybody wants to, yeah, this is me with my certificate right here, and let's say for the graduate student, and then like with the American flag, so it's like something to be proud of as well. And then you have right here for the Christmas tree. This Christmas tree picture would have been taken from back in 2014. So nearly 2 years ago is whenever I enrolled as I over there at the Art Institute, and have right here is like for my image right here for digital design, and then for 2017. And then you also have right here it's like for late night right here for 24 axis, easier to read and then more control, new technology. So this right here will be my baby picture right here, as I explained before, that talk about is toward the information about the date of birth, for where, for whenever, that day when I was born, and nearly it would have been about nearly 33 years ago, beginning next year. But anyway, top off anybody wants us toward a number of things that you can do with your baby photo. With having access to the right program, just to be able to anything else that you would like to do. You're creative with the picture as well. But I also want to mention anybody here also about that this work right here based on for what I was working on in class, and I know that if anybody wants is toward it, yeah, that about for what's hot and hard drives, wires, and 3D. And this right here was a project I was working on about a year ago. And you see right here is that a lot of stuff right here would be my Photoshop work right here. So if anybody worries to where, yeah, digital design right there, volume 9, as well as what's hot, 3D movies at home, must have amps. And so let's just say that if anybody weren't toward it, the purpose about being a designer as well is that yeah, that a lot of things that being able to work on, for online or mobile amps, and talk about for the for Busy Binder, for training, and as well as for Busy Binder. So this right here will be me right here, as most of us have seen this right here. I talk about for the for Job Binder, and if anybody wanted to, yeah, that. Back whenever you were young and you were used to the types of ways that you would be able to read a newspaper or a catalog would be is toward it. There would be like a book, a rack or so that your parents would have something around that which like say a hardback books, but then going electronically on a lot of stuff. So if anybody warns us toward it, that yeah, that this stuff right here would be visible as right now, but a lot of it is what you call it saved using a program, and it's like saved on an electronic file. So if anybody wants this tour, that those who don't really understand too much of it, visible on the electronic monitor. So that's basically what it is. It's visible on the electronic monitor, and it displayed in to where it's really that you say to where it's not available by paper copy, and if anything that required the ink and printing accessories, just to be able to get it available on printing quality. But so that's just a thing that if anybody warns us toward it, yeah, that what's one of the reasons to why that we use it most of the time. And if anybody warns us toward, yeah, late night, and then talk about if anybody who's going to be working late at night, for new technology and more control. And really, that if those who weren't, or especially on a Saturday or Sunday night, that they may be used to staying up, between 11:30, 12 o'clock, maybe 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, maybe watching TV or watching movies. but then I think about it to where they're just trying to get work done based on a job. And anybody wanted to where that would anybody really pay anybody anything for anything that's going to be available 24 hours a day and 7 days a week? And based on from my research, though, is that for those who need it at late night hours, and I forward to her those who really need it at late night hours, and just thinking necessarily to her that okay, well, digital design, that okay, basically about what does it mean, and does that mean is to where that what is digital? It's like the the information in files that you normally see it's like an ordinary file cabinet or what you call anything that uses and I know that if anybody wants to where that for any source of designing, it does not eliminate the need for a printer all completely, the need for postages or anything like that. It's basically that a new source of technology that's that the way it's managed as well and the way it's collected and in a way it's transformed and the way it's managed also. So if anybody wanted toward it, that nearly 30% of what you do is not by paper quality. It's using these programs for how that a file is managed and how it's resaved and then how you can change the size and transfer the quality or so of the brightness as well as the images sources and adding special effects. And if anybody warns us toward it, for the purpose about being a designer, that if you want to go and add a few special effects, and how many of us here are going to be more familiar with special effects? Because maybe that a lot of people probably say that they maybe gotten into the career study because of that they want to look at the special effects, the type of effects that you can do with these digital photos and any other sorts of illustration work and so far as designing work. So if anybody warns us toward it, that the whole purpose about the career though is that whenever you were first introduced to it, that it was basically that well, you just tab your finger on the screen and move the pencil tool around or something like that. But anyway, so you see right here for 2017, right here for the graduate Matthew, right here with my certificate, and as well as right here with the grade book right here. So if I say that the Chris, but just to tell anybody here knowing about with me though, since you're graduating, and then just want to show it right here a little bit of my other work right here, and then knowing right here will be right here, like say for a jobs binder right here, and then talk about for higher education. So anybody say you want to ask questions. So if anybody wanted to it, that a lot of that stuff that you can remember reading about back whenever you were a kid and think about is toward it, really that the job that more likely that you could be doing could be what you call somebody else, maybe somebody else that don't understand. It's like, well, what don't you understand about? Like, well, there's a lot of things that we don't understand about as well, and so that's just a thing about for like little brother careers is that for those who don't understand about this designing work or about artwork, is that really that it's not just about the freehand work. It's also about is to where that anything related to that you make use out of what you do. It's ideas that you were able to manage as well as for everything that you do based on a project that you were working on. And if anybody wants us toward it, you see a lot of the variety for being a designer. You see a lot of the variety of being a designer to where it can maybe keep me busy for the next 5 years. And if anybody wants toward it, for at least a year to see about how far that you're willing to come along with. But still, that's just a purpose about is to where for being a designer is that really that a lot of the work for what I do and do people look at this designing work is to where that it's not just about what you call, face painting or just about the colors between green, yellow, and red. It's all about is to where it's basically that for how I should describe it, it's basically about a world for what you create, and it seems like that's kind of like what it is. So the career for what you make about it. So a career that you make of it basically is like for what it seems like. That's what it is. But anyway, but the part of the reason about being a designer too is to where if anybody wants is to where that the type of gift and knowing about for what we think about for what we have and what we don't have. But really that for any type of job that if anybody wants to, or ever since you were a kid that you want to get into the coloring books until that you got into this digital work and just think about as to where that a lot of people that may not understand it very well and you can explain to them a little bit more about it. And but still that I know with me though since I only had so much training also, but if anybody wants to, or nice if you had more practice before you began school, but still that if anybody wanted to, yeah, well, just think about 10 years into the future about how well that you're willing to come along with your new career. But anyway, thanks for watching everyone, and have a great day.